Well, hello everyone. Happy Good Friday and happy Fitness Fridays. Dr. Johnny Kirk here, and I'm going to start season 6 with going back to the basics. It's going to be going back to some good home gym exercises, some good things to get you springing into spring and feeling like you can get a good foundation of health and activity and muscle before you head off into the summer. So I'm going to go through some of my favorite things that I have at home that I use on my daily workouts, and let's just start right into it. The first one that I do think is critical is hand strength, right? As you can imagine, as a chiropractor, I need to have strong forearms, strong hands, and we've talked about doing wrist extensors before and focusing on extending the fingers, but a lot of times most people focus on grip strength, right? Grip strength. So one of these things is just a grip strength enhancer, right? If you type into Amazon grip strength, one of these will pop up, and I love it because it has different levels of resistance, and just squeezing it, you can see the forearm muscles that become activated. And when I'm doing this, I can do it in a couple different ways. I hold it straight out and feel like I can really get my wrist extensors. I can bring my wrist in and feel like I'm really trying to focus on this part of my muscle, but super easy. At the end of a good workout, you can do a burner and get your forearms and your wrist feeling super strong with some grip strength stuff. Now, what else do I have here? Lots of toys, lots of things to work at. The best thing that I got this past year was the roller, right? You might have seen this before for good core strength, but there's certain ways to use it. And I don't use it to an extent to feel like I'm gonna hurt my back or anything, but this is great because if you use it for core, this is how I like to start off. I start off just by basically warming up my body. I mean, I'm not going super far. I'm making sure that my low back is not dipping too much, because eventually when you do a full one of these, you want to make sure that you are about a tabletop position, right? Like that's perfect. And if I'm doing it, I should feel it in my core, and the further I go out, the more challenging it's going to get. But realistically, I just go to about probably here, because I'm really trying to focus on the core. But what else is great for the core? A yoga ball, right? Because what I like to do with these is, obviously you've seen me before, where I'll do my crunches here to protect my back, but I'll also do a plank. These are so good for planks. So if you put your feet up against the wall and you put your hands here and you lift up, this just makes a plank so much more challenging. And then we call it doing the stirring the pot. If you stir the pot one way or the other, you're really going to work on contracting your core muscles, and this is not easy. So standing here, doing a core plank, great. Adding stirring the pot, that's next level. The other thing that I love that I have for push-ups are these things. These are called With P90X. They're just little hand stabilizers, because when I can use them on the floor, they're kind of slick. So I can do different types of push-ups here, where I'll go down and I'll move one hand out. What's good about these is I'm not putting a lot of force on my wrist when I use them, but these are great because, I mean, I can go here and do a chest press per one. I can do them together. Anyway, you can get very creative with these. And then lastly, what I'll show you, which some of you might remember from last year, but are the TRX bands. And I love these because it's just hooked up to a door, and after a tough workout, I can do anything, right? We can go into lat rows, we can go into overhead raises, we can go into rotator cuff, extend the rotator W side. We can obviously do bicep curls. We can go overhead and do tricep extensions. You can go here and do push-ups with them. If you're rehabbing your knee and trying to get back into like good squat form, you're here. You can do jump squats with it. I will go through this season and show you so many different exercises you can do with the TRX bands. I'm losing my breath already, and I haven't even gotten started. So I hope you guys are excited to see what I have in store for you for this season of Fitness Fridays. Have a blessed Easter weekend with your families, I look forward to seeing you in the health center today. Have a great day and stay fit.